have a question. Gino, going back to this loyalty thing. In this day and time, it's hard to find that in individuals. But why are you loyal? And I want to ask you that from a standpoint because you made a decision. I'm sure the owner or whatever happened between J and Lucius. I didn't know that was the name that we was doing, but that's why I feel like didn't have nothing to do with you. But why did you pick loyalty? Like, I think this is the better question. What has loyalty benefited you?
Well,
that's not a bad question. Come on, interviewer.
So really,
you're welcome.
Come on, try to get in your bag.
You're welcome.
That's all right.
So really, it just go back to my daddy and how he raised me. Because he always told us, he was like, I'm not raising y'all to be boys, I'm raising y'all to be men. And one thing y'all gonna do is, if you say something, you do it. You always be a man of your word. You do right and move forward. And so but then it's like also like with him, he was one of the first ones that kind of embraced me in the Dallas scene too. So it's like, I can't be loyal to somebody I don't even know. Like he put me on.
Yeah. Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, even if it was getting paid less, which it was technically, so but like I still
for the record, I was getting paid less too. But
but that's not the point.
That's not.
Go ahead,
but
Gino.
it was just like loyalty outweighs all that because money gonna come and go. Like, it is what it is. But me as a person and my heart, I can't do certain things.
I feel like that's why you've been. That's why I feel like you've been you've been blessed as far as your businesses, as far as your life and your relationships. Even when you don't have your ups and downs, I feel like that's why you've been blessed because I have seen you being loyal. And that's why I asked that question because a lot of people, they say they loyal, but they don't know the true meaning of it, and they definitely don't walk it. Yeah. So that's why I asked that question.
There's people who confuse being talented with being a good person. Just because you're talented does not mean you're a good person. Just because you're popular does not mean you're a good person. Gino just so happened to be one of those few people that's both. He's talented and he's a good person, which allows somebody like myself, and I know all the bros can speak for it, myself, Bo, Gino, hell, everybody that you work with, like, bro, like, that's a solid dude. That's a good dude. You know what I'm saying? So a good dude, you want to make sure you don't mess them over.
Right.
You want to make sure they're taken care of.
You do good. You do good by
because it it's gotten to a point to where just being a good person is almost becoming rare.
Right.
Yeah.
It's almost becoming rare. Like being a good person is almost becoming a talent in itself.
Wait. This question just came to me, Jay, concerning
Mama
you.
Queen, what up?
He said he gave up the bag for you. How did that make you feel knowing that Gino gave up the bag? Cause that's deep. Everybody ain't gonna give up a bag for another person. So how does that make you feel knowing that your brother did that for you? Don't cry.
That's a good question. I'm not about to cry. I'm not about to cry. That's a good question. It made me feel a lot of things because it's when you're in a position of power and you have somebody, you know what I'm saying, rocking with you or working with you, to go in a position to where you don't have 100% that same power and they still rock with you, one of the first things it makes you feel is a little bit bad because you're not able to sustain them in the same way that you would.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm talking about me personally, it's like to go in a situation where you're making you're making a certain amount of money to go to another situation where you're not making as much but still rock with that person. you know, if you're built a certain way, you want to still make sure that person is taken care of in a certain way.
Right.
And in that particular moment, the thing that I was going to wouldn't have sustained the certain, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But you start looking at the long game, and this is kind of what Gino is talking about. You look at the long game. Yeah, I'm gonna take this slight L right here, but eventually it's going to pay off in the end. You know what I'm saying? So and so when you look at the timeline, not to say that he wouldn't have, because again, he's a good person and he's talented as Freak.
Good job.
I'm trying. I'm really trying. I'm really trying.
I noticed it. Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? So
Jeff said he had to force Gino to take a pay from his show. Mm-hmm. One of his shows.
I think it was the second one that I was doing with him, and so like my schedule wouldn't let me get to the rehearsals or whatever, and so he was like, "Hey, bro," because I think he was gonna go a different route, but then he was like, "Dang, I don't know." He was like, "Shoot."
yeah,
I told him, I was like, "Look, I'll learn the music."
Yeah.
I was like, "You ain't got to pay me none of that. Just know I'll be ready or whatever." And shoot, Jeff hands you an envelope with money. You got to take it. That's a big dude. But yeah, I told him, I was like, "I'll do it for free."
Jeff got some big ass arms. I ain't gonna hold you. I remember Jeff hugged me one time. I was like, shit.